What's up, YouTube? It's N Square Sports coming back with another video today. Today we're going to be going through Nick's picks after week 10 of the NFL season. So let's get right into it. So some honorable mentions. I'll just quickly cover. Colts, Bills, and Vikings are my three honorable mentions. So with the Colts, I don't think they have a real shot anymore. I think just they've lost a few too many games now, and they don't have a particularly easy schedule the rest of the way, so I don't see them going anywhere. I also have the Bills as an honorable mention. It's just Josh Allen. He's very limited. I feel like he's a great running quarterback, but that's about it right now. He can't make throws down the field very well, very kind of inaccurate, so I just can't put them in. And lastly, the Vikings. They did beat the Cowboys in a very good game on Sunday Night Football. And for this, a lot of people are going to say I'm crazy to not put them in. But for me, I just can't trust them. They just are very inconsistent, and I just can't trust Kirk Cousins to get it done when it needs to be done. Even though he did a good job this last week, I just don't see moving forward. I just don't see their team being able to do it consistently. So let's go into the top 10. Number 10, I have, for the first time ever this season, I have the Pittsburgh Steelers in my top 10. They're 5-4. They've won 4 in a row now, and I just think they're really good. Their defense is excellent. Their offense concerns me a lot, and I hate to say that, but their offense does concern me a lot. But for right now, they've won 4 in a row. They have a pretty easy schedule. They could win the next 3. I could see them being 8-4, fighting for a playoff spot. You never know. So I have them at 10. At number 9, I have the Chiefs. So Patrick Mahomes comes back, and they don't do a whole lot better. Their defense just really has been struggling. And it's not Patrick Mahomes. He played excellent, over 400 yards passing, but they just can't get it done defensively, so I have to put them down here at number 9 for now. Number 8, I have the Panthers. Arguably could have been winners last week when they decided to go for 2 when they should have kicked an extra point to get it to a 7-point game against the Packers. At the end, they called McCaffrey short of the goal line at the very end, which could have made it a 2-point game with a 2-point conversion pending. They did lose, though. That's why I have them down here a little bit. I think they played really well, though, and Kyle Allen showed a lot in that game. I think they're still in the playoff race, even though they lost. Number 7, I have the Houston Texans. Leaders in the AFC South. I think they'll win this division. They have a good roster overall. Corner, they're weak at, and offensive line is just not great. But Deshaun Watson is going to keep you in a lot of games. They have a pretty favorable schedule, so I think they'll definitely win this division and be in a good spot with the playoffs coming. At number 6, I have the Green Bay Packers. They're 8-2. By the way, Texans are 6-3. Packers are 8-2 at number 6. They just beat the Panthers, kind of the opposite of what I said about the Panthers. They played okay, but they have some penalties that I did not like. Still have them up here because they are still one of the top 4 teams record-wise. So I have to put them somewhat up here because they've won 8 games. So they worry me a little bit with their penalties, and their defense is not as good as we thought, but they're still a very good team. At number 5, I have the New Orleans Saints. They're 7-2. It was a weird game. They lost to the Falcons, who were 1-7 at the time, now 2-7. I don't really know what to say. They just had a flat game, and I don't think that's a huge issue. I think they're just fine. I just think they had a bad game. That's all really I can say about that. I think they're fine as a team, though. Still, I think one of the top 5 teams in the NFL right now. At number 4, I have the Baltimore Ravens. They are also 7-2. I think they are very good. Lamar, the hype around Lamar and MVP, I just don't like it. Like, why are people saying, yes, he's doing great? Statistically, he's not close to any of the MVP frontrunners, like with passing yards and touchdowns and pick ratio, stuff like that. His legs, they're great. Like, he can run better than any quarterback I've seen in a long time. But you can't put him in an MVP race with just with him throwing the ball. He threw the ball 17 times last week. You can't throw the ball 17 times and score 30-something points and say, yeah, he was great throwing the ball. He only threw 17 times and he scored that much. That means you have a pretty good running game. But passing, I still don't see it. Like, he makes good throws sometimes, but if a good defense forces him to throw the ball 35 to 40 times in a game, that's not going to be good for them. They're going to struggle in a game like that. Or at least we haven't seen it yet, so we don't know. I worry about that. If a team can force him to pass the ball, I don't know if I trust them yet, but I still have them at 4 because they're playing great. At number 3, I have the 49ers. Great Monday Night Football game. Seahawks 49ers last night. 49ers did lose at the very end. It was back and forth the whole way. The 49ers are 8-1. They barely lost, but they did lose, and I think Jimmy Garoppolo got exposed a little bit. He's really turnover prone. I think that's one thing we realized, and that's probably not going to cut it in the playoffs, but they're still one of the top 3 or 4 NFC teams. Their defense is unreal. They make plays when they need to, but I just worry about Jimmy G a little bit, so I have them at 3. At number 2, I have the New England Patriots. They had a bye last week. They're 8-1. Can't really say anything from last week about them, just knowing who they have on their team. Their defense is good. They've showed some concerns on the defensive side when they play better teams, but they're still the Patriots, so I have them at number 2. And at number 1, I have the Seahawks. They're 8-2. They beat the undefeated team, 49ers, last night. Russell Wilson's insane. He's my MVP right now. He showed he can do everything. He did look shaky at a couple points, but when it really mattered, he got the job done. And so I think they're the best team right now, defensively, offensively. Defensively with Clowney, and offensively with Russell Wilson throwing to whoever is there. I think they're the best team in the NFL right now. So that is my picks for Week 10. Let me know what y'all think in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.